Here's Brody Brazil.
How do I feel after Thursday? Great. You know, I've tried to really actually let it sink in because I think everybody deserves that. But to the point here, feeling for Tuesday's vote, I'm only interested to see, and I know two people, Councilmember Fife and Councilmember Gallo, who are very behind trying to delay this and make this happen. I don't know who else would be enticed by it. So it's not about will it be brought up. It will be brought up, and it will be pushed by two individuals. Will anybody else jump on board? That is a huge question right now. You know, people always ask, what's the percentage yes, what's the percentage no? And it's always varied and fluctuated for me. I will tell you that should the A's get past that hypothetical ALCS round in the city of Oakland, yeah, my percentage is going to jump significantly. If it's at maybe 75% yes right now, you know, the Oakland part of it would make it go up to 90%. Maybe it's 70 right now, and the Oakland part would make it go up 20%. Kevin's wondering, how much truth is there to the report that Major League Baseball would waive a relocation fee for the A's going to Las Vegas? I mean, look, it's been put out there. It has not been confirmed or denied by Commissioner Rob Manfred, but I think it's the vote of the owners that would decide that. So how would Rob Manfred even have the power to know or understand how all of the owners felt? Unless there was a vote taken, a secret vote behind closed doors that affirmed it, it seems like there's some speculation to that. More speculation than actual reality. Now, can't discount it and say it's not entirely true because I didn't take a vote. Maybe they did. Or maybe it's a known majority that would say that the owners across baseball collectively would waive it. I don't know. What I do know is that, you know, the relocation fee or the expansion fee, whatever it is that Las Vegas would ultimately get, it would be super handsome to Major League Baseball teams. To dismiss it is interesting. I'll leave it with that. You know, truly the way I see it is that somebody is eventually going to play Major League Baseball games in Las Vegas. Somebody is. And at the very least, right now, the A's are doing a ton of work for baseball to explore that market, to realize where the land is, to do fan research, market research. Baseball has probably, I mean, I know they've never put this much effort into it. So perhaps, you know, baseball is endorsing what the A's are doing there for their own gain as well. You know, for them, it's kind of a win-win, because if they really think they're eventually going there as a league, why not have the A's do all this legwork while they're kind of waiting around for the process in Oakland? July 5th is huge, probably just as big as the BCDC vote. I would definitely agree, because it's not going to it wouldn't necessarily end the project like the BCDC vote would if it goes the wrong way, but it certainly has the ability to complicate things to a greater degree and frustrate people and confuse people. I mean, you know, delaying the project is one thing, and that's, you know, there are variables that could happen. But confusion, intentional confusion, I think, is probably one of the tougher things to digest about a potential public advisory vote. If you had a vote that was of something that was easily understood, there's candidate A, candidate B, they're both running for office. Well, you can look at both of them. They've given speeches. I've seen them. I've heard. I'm aware of who they are. We vote for people all the time. But this is a complex project dealing with tax money to huge amounts that benefits the city and the county, that ultimately does only pay the A's back for only what they spend, only on infrastructure improvements surrounding the neighborhood that are already necessary. It's literally just paying them back for a loan. But then some people will hear, oh, the A's are getting tax money, and think that it's free tax money. It's payback tax money. And that's it, as far as the infrastructure financing district goes. Anyway, long story short, there's a lot of things that could be easily twisted in this, which make a vote a public vote much harder to do versus, having the elected officials with offices, with a staff to be able to do research and ask questions and understand this and comprehend this. And there's an EIR out there, an environmental impact report. It's 3,600 pages. I've scanned across a lot of them, probably most of them. Haven't read all of them, but have scanned through a lot of them. Can you tell me that 5% of the population has even read 5 pages? Probably not. So that's the lack of understanding. And that is nobody in the public's fault. I don't expect them to be reading this stuff because I didn't expect them to be voting on it. And then also, it's a public advisory vote. Let's also make that clear. What's the public advisory vote do? It's not binding. The public still doesn't get to make the ultimate decision. What if the advisory vote is a yes and the council votes no? Or vice versa? It complicates things in an unnecessary manner. Opening day for Howard Terminal, honestly, John, I think it's 2027 right now. If you're asking me reasonably, I think that's one of the safest bets. In my gut, is Howard Terminal going to happen? It's above 50-50, and it's above 60-40. And right now, I said before 70. I said 70 yes, 30 no. And granted, some people say 30 no, other people will say 70 yes, so there's a hard answer to give here. It really is. Tuesday is going to change my number one way or the other. Ultimately, agreements are going to increase that 70. A binding vote by the city of Oakland. I'm telling you, if we can get through this ALCS, I like it up to a 90% odd, 85 to 90% odd. But as of right now, maybe I'm even being generous to say 70%. I don't know what Tuesday is going to bring. Sven saying, how can the A's make this project special rather than make it look like Oracle Park East? Well, and I think you don't want to copy everything, right? They can't have the ballpark face the water, the outfield, or the batter's box face the estuary for sun reasons. They also don't want people hitting baseballs in the estuary because it's being used for shipping, right? It's a busy estuary. It's not like McCovey Cove out in right field at AT&T Park. I think the cranes are going to make it special. I think, it's going to actually be almost 30 years newer than Pac Bell Park, let's say. So technology alone, I understand that sentiment, Sven, of how do you make sure you're just not, matching what else is out there. The A's have to do that, right? For the casual fans, they have to at least match. But I think there's so many elements at play here that would let them take the next step and be something better. You get a 30-year head start. You've had observation of what they do over there for 30 years. So at that point, I think the A's will have some opportunity to make sure that they can do this project justice, and they can show that they've been putting a lot of time into this. Greg saying, do you think there's any chance that you or Casey Pratt, who's that guy? I don't even know who you're talking about. Just kidding. Casey and I, we should do another YouTube live stream soon with beers. Do you think there's any chance either of us will get a sit-down interview with John Fisher if he gets this green lit? Yes, I do, Greg. And I know people are interested in that. I know people are eager for that. And I would, I think the answer is yes. And I would certainly be pushing to facilitate that. So, because I'm as interested in everybody else. But I think to your point, I think the proper time at this juncture would be to do it after we know its fate. Michael's saying, if Howard Terminal becomes a reality, they better have a statue of you at the entrance of the stadium. Well, yeah, you know what? I will, Michael, I want to let you know, they are going to put me in a statue at Howard Terminal. That's right. That's right. Yep, they will. Let me tell you a little bit about the statue. It's actually going to have me standing next to Dave Stewart. I'm like ant size, and he's normal size, and I'm polishing his shoe. I thought I had one here of laughs, but I only have apparently applause. And that would have been, I do have laughs. Okay, let me try that again. So, Michael, I will be part of the statue. It's actually Dave Stewart's statue. And I'm ant-sized. And I'm tying and polishing his shoes. There you go. Okay, Brazil. Take away the soundboard.